Today on Loyola News Chicago, reactions to a startling incident that happened at the McDonald's right near campus. Illinois has a new smoking age requirement, and later some exciting news for the Ramblers Player of the Year.
From the Convergence Studio in the School of Communication, this is Loyola News Chicago.
Hello and welcome to Loyola News Chicago. I'm Sajid Al-Khazaleh.
And I'm Michael McDevitt. We start our newscast with an incident that went viral near our Water Tower campus. A security guard was attacked at the McDonald's on Chicago and State last Sunday. The video was captured by cell phone camera and has since gone viral. No one is in police custody for the attack. Reporter Carla Rogner spoke to pedestrians around McDonald's about the incident.
It's quiet here today at the McDonald's at Chicago and State, where a big fight broke out on Sunday afternoon around this same time. We didn't notice anything unusual here today. However, there are usually more people standing around outside, and there is a security guard on duty, even though it is a weekday afternoon. We spoke with Chicagoans who were surprised that this big fight happened at their local McDonald's.
Before I saw you guys just walking around the corner, I'm like, this is the McDonald's. No, get me out of here.
The whole city's like that. I got God in my life. He's got my back.
I appreciate the gun being pulled out, and I don't appreciate them dudes jumping on that man, because he's clearly doing his job. I wish the gun didn't have to get pulled out, and it's too much going on with the whole gun thing and the cops things.
CBS 2 has reported that Chicago police have been called to this McDonald's more than 30 times since early March. Carla Rogner, Loyola News, Chicago.
Police say the guard was taken to Northwestern Hospital after the incident on Sunday. A security guard on duty today at the McDonald's declined to comment on the attack.
Loyola's Wellness Center announced they will begin offering an after-hours crisis hotline. In the past few years, there has been an increase of students visiting the Wellness Center for mental health services. Students are pleased to know that the hotline will be available even when the center is closed.
It's pretty good, especially because it's becoming a bigger issue. So having that resource available for students at all times is great to know, and they should definitely get that out there and advertise that for everyone.
I think that it's extremely beneficial, and if anything, much needed within today's prevalent society of mental well-being being a topic of discussion. Our culture is kind of changing the way we talk about mental illness, and it's kind of a good thing that more students are recognizing that they can get these services and that they're available.
All calls will be reported back to the Wellness Center so they can follow up the next day. The after-hours crisis hotline will be available starting in August. Illinois is now the first tobacco 21 state in the Midwest. On Sunday, Governor J.B. Pritzker signed a bill that will raise the legal age to buy tobacco products from 18 to 21. These products include regular cigarettes, e-cigarettes, and vapes. Chicago had already raised the age to 21 in 2016. But now young adults will be impacted statewide. Iowa native Andrew Linane has been legally smoking since he was 18. He believes tobacco laws should be left alone.
I like Iowa's law at 18. I think if you can go to war and you can die in Iraq and stuff, you should be able to smoke a cigarette. I even think drinking should be at 18.
The law will take effect July 1st, making Illinois the 8th state in the country to raise the smoking age.
Loyola is set to buy the St. Joseph College Seminary and use it to house its growing student body. Loyola CFO Wayne Majars told the Loyola Phoenix the building will add about 70 beds for students starting this fall. The seminary announced in January it closed its doors at the end of this semester because of low enrollment. It's been open for 25 years. We've reported about how Loyola's housing crisis has left many upperclassmen without places to live on campus. A new dorm is under construction on Winthrop Avenue to house 400 students, but it won't be done until 2020. A brand new Target store across the street from Loyola's Lakeshore campus had its grand opening this Sunday. Reporter Annie Kate Raglow went out to see how the community is responding.
The Target on Sheridan and Devon is officially open. It is the first completed part of the Concord at Sheridan development, which has been in the works since 2017. The 7-story building will also have mixed-income housing and extra retail space. The retail space has not been claimed yet, but all the housing has been rented, and tenants can move in next month. Store director Noelle Engeman, who is the daughter of a Loyola alum, thinks the store will be a great student resource.
Oh, you can get all of your daily essentials, things for your dorm, school supplies. So yeah, I think it'll be great for the Loyola students.
This Target is a small format store, so it is smaller than the average Target. It sells items like groceries, cosmetics, and clothing, but does not have a kids section or any alcohol. It is providing about 70 jobs to the community. I'm standing outside the new Target, which had a soft open April 3rd and a grand opening this Sunday, April 7th. I talked to Loyola students about how they feel about this brand new store right by campus.
I'm very excited because I don't have a car, so it's super close to just everything.
So I'm super excited about the Target, mostly for convenience sake. It's just a lot closer to campus than some other grocery stores or the other Targets that are available in the area.
I like how it's so close. I live in Fordham, so I'm right across the street. Everything I need is right here.
Reception thus far has been mostly positive for the new development. Right now, it is anyone's guess as to what will appear in the retail space right next to the Target. Annie Kate Raglow, Loyola News, Chicago.
The development also includes a new community room for the Caroline Hedger apartments next door.
Here downtown, crews are breaking ground on a new construction project near campus. Steps from the Water Tower campus, a brand new skyscraper is being built. It's called One Chicago Square, and it'll transform the area around it. At its tallest, it's 78 stories, just short of 1,000 feet high. The building will loom over the intersection of Chicago and State, and it'll have more than 800 apartment units, a Whole Foods, a sports club. It'll replace the empty lot in front of Holy Name Cathedral and is expected to be completed in about 3.5 years.
Coming up, find out where the Loyola men's volleyball team ranks in the nation.
And take a look at how these kids are bringing the world together.
They said I would never become a doctor.
They said my skin was too dark.
I should straighten my hair.
They thought my nose was too big.
They counted me out too many times to count.
Because I fight to be heard, they call me an angry black woman.
My hair was distracting.
I would never start my own business.
I say my skin empowers me. Take it or leave it.
I say don't touch my hair.
I am a black doctor. I own my own practice, and because of this, I'm changing lives every single day. My blackness is empowering. My skin, my hair,
my confidence,
my culture,
my community is empowering.
So believe it.
So believe it.
So believe it.
The Loyola men's volleyball team is ranked 10th in the nation and is gearing up for their conference tournament this weekend. They ended their regular season 19-7 overall and secured the #2 seed going into the tournament. They'll need to win their conference championship if they want to make it to volleyball's big dance, the NCAA tournament. The last time the Ramblers made the NCAAs was in 2015 when they became national champs for the 2nd year in a row. The Ramblers will play The Ohio State University in the first round, April 13th at 7 p.m. on ESPN3.
Former Loyola basketball star Marcus Towns has signed with an agent. Towns chose the agency Edge Sports International with the hopes of testing the waters for the NBA. He was named the MVC Player of the Year this season. Past Rambler players Dante Ingram and Milton Doyle are also represented by Edge Sports. The NBA draft begins June 20th in New York. According to the Department of Education, half of all college students are first generation. Here at Loyola, Andrea Carrillo is part of that statistic. Colleen Kennedy has more on Andrea's story.
Andrea Carrillo is not only a senior journalism major at Loyola, but she is also a first-generation college student.
Like, no one went to college and it wasn't really seen as something that like you needed to do.
Andrea comes from a culturally rich Hispanic family. Like Andrea, federal statistics say 61% of first-generation students are Hispanic.
Being the first person to go to college and finishing out my degree it's really exciting because it's something that like no one else has gone through.
Growing up with a dad who never finished high school, she has seen him hone in on his manual and labor skills in order to make a living.
My whole life I've been shown what you can do without college, and it's not necessarily a bad thing because I've seen like how people can succeed without it. But my parents really drilled in me the importance of education.
Andrea's classmates are motivated by her educational pursuits and accomplishments. George Wesenewski is also a senior at Loyola who met Andrea while studying abroad.
She's an inspiration to all of us because she's the first in her generation and first one to also travel abroad, which is pretty inspiring.
Andrea is set to graduate in May with her bachelor's degree, and her whole family will be there to cheer her on as she walks across the stage and accepts her diploma. Colleen Kennedy, Loyola News, Chicago.
Loyola's graduation ceremonies run from Tuesday, May 7th to Friday, May 10th.
It's never too early to teach kids a thing or two about life. Queenie Ama joins us with a story that illustrates that principle.
That's right, Sajida. In a first-of-its-kind event in Chicago, it shows us just that. Strike a pose, it's not your typical fashion show. Take a look at how some kids learn a lesson through fashion. Practice makes perfect. Kids as young as 3 years old practice for the first annual Multicultural Kids Fashion Show. The event took place at the Lakeshore Cafe in the Chicago Hyde Park neighborhood.
It brings different culture from America, all over America. Kids walking the runway to showcase their cultural attire and to know about people's heritage.
Okiki says amidst all the racial issues in the world today, her idea behind the fashion show is a great way to bring together families from different cultural backgrounds.
Nervous and excited.
As some kids got ready for hair and makeup, OKK made sure everything was running smoothly and on time. Once the kids were in their cultural attire, they waited in line, anxious for the show.
Diverse country coming together, it's really a good opportunity. These platforms are really good for us.
As the crowds grew larger before the big show, there were a few performers. And finally, the big moment everyone was waiting for. The kids were let in one by one as they headed to the stage to show off their moves. As the crowd cheered the kids on, they each took their time to show off on the runway, showing off their clothing that represented where they are from. The music matched their cultural background too. To end it all, the kids were rewarded with a certificate of walking the multicultural runway. And wait, there's actually more. To top off the performances, 12-year-old Ava Gracie Richards sang the national anthem. Did you know that she was actually on a casting call for America's Got Talent?
I don't doubt it. She's super talented. Thanks, Queenie.
Of course.
Sci-fi fans will be out in full force starting today at Star Wars Celebration. The massive Star Wars fan convention is being held at the McCormick Center this year for its annual gathering. The convention starts today and runs until Monday. The event will have previews for upcoming Star Wars shows, movies, and games, and it'll feature appearances from a wide swath of Star Wars celebrities. The trailer for Star Wars Episode 9, which will conclude the story Star Wars started way back in 1977, is expected to drop at 11 a.m. Friday morning at the convention. Ahead of today's convention, the Chicago Police Department released this themed video. You can buy tickets online, and they range from $35 to $75 for a day-long pass. You know, I'm going to go get out of this monkey suit and put on my stormtrooper armor. and head down there later.
Well, may the force be with you. That's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in.
And we'll see you next week for another episode of Loyola News Chicago. Have a great night.